So at this
Yeah.
point, how long has the game been a work in progress for?
4 very long years. So, so it's been a long time, and that's partly because I guess I didn't know what I was doing a little bit at the start,
Right.
and figuring it out has been a thing. I remember the first World 1 that I ever built was like 10 times bigger, and then I just thought, this is unachievable.
Mhm.
And one thing I soon learnt was we built this massive World 1, and then I had like things in similar places, and to get from one thing to the next thing was just like this whole heap of running through
Right.
nothing, and it just felt so boring. So now I've got like this theory that you have to look at the game as in screens. So
Mm.
once I get from this part of the world, I can see in the bottom corner or in the top corners something else that may interest me, and then I'll go into that screen view where then if I stopped every time I moved out of screen, I would find some new thing that would interest me and then move me to another area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And instead of having all this blank space between things that I was just navigating for no apparent reason, I kind of hate that in games. So I thought, well, why am I doing this to people? I want to
Right.
keep making you. I like the idea of exploring, but you've got to have a little bit of a snippet of where you're going to explore. Like, oh, what's up there? Oh,
Well,
there's
you've got to
something
have a
cool. Oh, I
reason to
found this.
explore, right?
Yeah,
Like a lot of
yeah.
games, they have a really big world, and then they don't put anything in it. There's no like that. A lot of games have a fast travel system, and you feel like you want to use it because why am I running between these 2 points when there's not going to be anything of interest that happens? It's just 5 minutes of movement for 5 minutes of
Just to
movement,
kill
right?
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that works, but you need to have an engaging movement system. Like GTA 4, its driving system is really floaty. Cars are a mess to handle. You're gonna crash into things. But because of that, there's like there's something of interest that happens when you're navigating between locations. If all you do is hold down one button and you go forward, right? Like that might be interesting
Yeah.
the first time you go around the map, but what about the 10th time or the 20th time? This is one of the things that Skyrim does really well, right? Where you'll go between two towns and it's like, oh, there's a cave over there. Oh, there's a bandit there. Oh, there's a fox there. And there might be little things that aren't really that much value, but there's something happening in the world. It's not just tree, 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 tree. Oh, it's a tree.
Yeah. No, that's 100% right. And then having little whimsical things around the place for no reason, like I find that's kind of like, why the hell is there a sandcastle on top of that rock in the middle of the lake? Like, I don't know. Like, there's no real reason for that, but it kind of it gives you some kind of weird thinking. You're like, oh, that's kind of funny. Seeing funny things in games is also a big thing. I think a lot of game developers forget that games are actually meant to be fun. They just,
Yeah?
we're going to make these mechanics.
Yeah.
That's weird. Mine doesn't do that ever.
Yeah, I don't.
I do streams quite often, and they very rarely. I
Yeah,
never.
I don't know.
Yeah, anyway,
I'll work something out at some point. Anyway, um,
it's all good.
you were saying big worlds big for no reason. Something along those lines.
Yeah, and no, then I tangented into. I don't think enough game
games aren't
developers
fun, yes.
remember that games need to be fun. Like, we have so many games that they got really, really good mechanics in them, and they're really technically spectacular, or they're graphically amazing, but they're just not fun to play. Like,
Right.
they're just missing that fun and that you got to find interesting things in the game. You got to, that's what used to make. I mean, Mario makes no sense at all as a game. If you look at it objectively and said, like what is good about Mario. It's just makes no sense, but it's just fun because it's so weird. You know, a plumber doing coming out of pipes, like fighting weird things. You know, it's just fun. So yeah, I think fun is something that we really look for. I'm also obsessed with collecting things. We played a lot of Lego games before making this game, and I just enjoyed collecting coins for no apparent reason. So I feel like that's something that I always wanted to add to a game. So yeah, collecting and puzzling. I should have said that at the start. You probably, yeah, but we'll get to it.
I think some you can definitely go too far with the whole collecting thing, and a lot of games, you know, I think back to the whole Assassin's Creed games are I think a good example where they kind of feel like objective simulators where the goal is go from tower to tower to tower to tower. There's not really there's no reason to go there besides you see more of the map. And that's the reason. It's just there's space between them. There's an objective marker there, so go do the objective marker. But it's not like an engaging there's nothing engaging about doing that objective. And then I think back to mascot platformers like the Jak and Daxter series on the PS2, and especially the first game, where getting each of the power cells, which is like the main collectible in the game, there's always some little challenge to get it. It's, you have to chase down this bird. You have to enable the power to this generator. There's you have to collect these little fireflies, and then you get a power cell from that. You have to win this race, and there's always a thing that makes getting the collectible engaging rather than just here's a list of every collectible, go get every collectible.
Yeah, that's true. We put like a lot of, there's not tons and tons of coins. The coins are kind of more to, you know how some games nowadays have got like a finding element that you can buy, get these games where there's like a still picture and then you find things.
Right.
So we kind of place the coins in some of them are in obvious spots to lead you, but then the other ones will be just in like a part where you can only just see the tiny bit of it spinning, and it's just to make you stop and look at the environment for a second instead of kind of making you like run around too crazy. It's more just, hey, I can see that spinning thing there. I stopped for a second, you know, and getting that like almost like the Finding Wally or Waldo, whatever we even say different things depending on where we live. Having that kind of vibe in the game as well. There's that kind of component, I guess. So, yeah.
No,
environment is super important. Yeah.